All right, there we go. Oh, so oh yeah, right now we're streaming right now. Stream is live right now, everyone. So, uh, unfortunately, Inari and Joey are currently busy at the moment. So it'll just be me and you for this one. But uh, I'll do a good job on catching you up with everything. Let's see. So I can. So, what is the last thing you remember, Inari? Or Arkady? Shit. Right now I'm going through. Okay, yeah, we're on the second game. Oh wait, oh, uh, oh yeah, the second game, right, okay, it's coming back to me a little bit. I know it's been a good month since we last streamed, but hopefully we'll have enough time to adjust ourselves a little bit. See. I'm just currently looking back at some of my other streams a little bit just to see if where we last left off because since you weren't here the other day, we sort of finished KH2, but it looks like we last left off at the big Heartless battle, which should be, let's see, somewhere around here. All right, yeah, here. Let's see. And this was. All right, yeah, here. Here is where we last left off. So, uh, so yeah, yeah, Syax just like pretty much confirmed like, darkness, and all the heartless, all the emblemed heartless that you've been fighting. Yeah, those heartless are being siphoned for our artificial kingdom hearts. So keep on slashing up heartless, Sora, and we'll have our kingdom hearts very very soon. So yeah, now Sora's in a conundrum where if he stops Heartless, then he'll be helping the organization, and if he doesn't, he'll just be leaving a bunch of worlds to suffer. Maleficent actually shows up, tries to help Sora for a little bit, but gets her ass kicked by a bunch of nobodies. But then she actually does save Sora and give him a sea salt ice cream for them to escape out of the realm. Yeah. So now, where do we go from here? Like, like Sora can and cannot fight Heartless. Where do we go from here? We fight Heartless, and we make another journey throughout the worlds again. This is round two, baby. And we also see more of the organization members this time around. The final ones that are revealed are Luxord, Zaldin, and Zigbar. Uh, they have like attributes like elements like time, wind, and space, but not the space that you're thinking of. The space of like a room, uh, which which is his own topic that we'll get to on another time. And they have a bunch of their own nobodies here. Oh, you type in something. Yeah, it would suck to explain to people. There's also like funny thing about this. There are elements for flower and moon, and and that's only for like Syax for moon and Marluxia for flower. I have the power of space. Oh, you mean like stars, planets, and black holes? No, I mean this janitor's closet. That's exactly right, Arkady. You got it down. Uh, I'm not even gonna attempt to try to explain like what flower element is or what moon is, despite there being a darkness element in the universe. But uh, but yeah, before we actually get into big heavy plot stuff, first we have to go through the secret reports because almost every game in the series has some sort of secret reports that add to the story of the world and how it came to be. Uh, I mean, we had these reports. They're called the Ansem reports in this game too, but they weren't written by Ansem Seeker of Darkness. They were written by Ansem the Wise, which we met some time before, and he also written some like more reports. So I have this written down, and it is 3 times longer than the normal reports from the previous game. Like if the previous game's reports were like a little, like a small little like short novel. These ones are like a 3-part like like anthology series of like 500 pages per book. Uh, I've I've minimized it down to as I could, but it's still a lot. So I would suggest you strap in or have some popcorn or get some water or something. You ready, Arkady? Because it's a lot. No, but let's go. All right, cool. All right, now it's time for the secret reports, everyone. Ansem was a scientist beloved by all. He had an apprentice named Xehanort who had his memory lost or had some sort of memory problem. So Ansem wanted to study the darkness of the heart, and Xehanort volunteered. Here, and when they experimented on him, something went wrong. So they decided to halt their experiments for good. He then found other like apprentices getting experimented on by Xehanort, and uh, and Ansem also found a bunch of reports that were named after him, and they were numbered 2 through 9, and they were called the Ansem reports. These were the Ansem reports from the previous game. They were not written by this Ansem, but they were written by Xehanort, who is posing as Ansem for some reason. This makes him pissed, and he finds Xehanort, and and he also finds his other apprentices. Their names are Evan, Ienzo, Bragg, Dylan, and Alias, and those. I'm not even gonna try to spell out like their names, but all of them are anagrams without the X in it. They are the organization members. Uh, uh, let's see. Oh yeah, Bragg. Up there, that's Zigbar. That's what it looks like. And then everyone else in here you've seen in like Castle Oblivion, but they're all dead now, so they don't matter. Uh, 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 Ansem caught them with like their pants down with trying to like open darkness to travel to other worlds, and Ansem was like, "Oh hell no, that's no good." And then Xehanort went and banished Ansem into the realm of nothingness with this newfound power. And for a long time, Ansem was just sitting in the realm of nothingness, plotting his revenge against Xehanort. He also found some like red ribbons and some like new red drip to put on himself before he was able to escape. But the way he did escape was using the darkness in his heart to create what is called a dark corridor, which is what the organization uses to teleport everywhere, which is why they don't need like a gummy ship or anything like that. They can just open a dark portal and then walk through it. Now, normally your heart would be, consumed by darkness, and your whole body would be consumed by darkness if you were to enter these portals normally. But all the organization members and Ansem the Wise who escaped the realm of nothingness using a dark corridor, they all had the black coats, which are specifically made to prevent themselves from getting overtaken by darkness, which is why they wear it all the time. So now, with Ansem out of the realm of nothingness, and he now dubs himself Darkness in Zero. Hold on. That was a Claritin ad that just played now there, but we're going to ignore that. So now, Ansem is going by Diz, which stands for Darkness in Zero. It was supposed to be like, I guess, the first half of Diz and Ni. Like, you actually have like a Disney character, but Yen Sid already exists, so now it just stands for Darkness in Zero. And Darkness in Zero, or Mr. Diz, is seeking revenge. And after almost going insane in the realm of nothingness, he escapes the realm of nothingness, and he finds out about Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness, which is Xehanort's Heartless, which is what he'll be called throughout this entire game. And he also found out about Organization 13, which is led by Xemnas, Xehanort's nobody. And he follows Marluxia's group to Castle Oblivion, see Sora and Naminé. He becomes really interested in Naminé because Naminé is Kairi's nobody, which is very complicated, because how is that possible? Like if Kairi is a princess of heart and would need to become a heartless to create a nobody, then how does Naminé exist? Well, that's because Kairi's heart was in Sora when it happened, and since Sora turned into a heartless while Kairi's heart was in Sora's body, Sora's body made two nobodies, Roxas and Naminé. Naminé in general is just an anomaly. I mean, if you have any more questions, Naminé is an anomaly. That pretty much chalks it up. So for the rest of Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, all that happens. Diz tells Riku who to find Sora's nobody so they can defeat Organization 13. And the main reason why Roxas doesn't remember being Sora is because Sora wasn't a Heartless for long enough. So Sora's memories stayed his own. And now Diz wants revenge on Xehanort, and the rest is history. And that is the secret reports. Any questions? Before we go back to a bunch of lore, a bunch of story stuff. What's at Disney? Mickey Mouse will happily explain that to you, because he's about to right now. So eventually Sora gets back to that mansion that Ansem was holding Roxas in, and Mickey's there too, and Mickey, he's got a bit of a secret about Riku, because we have not seen Riku throughout this entire game, but he's implied to be around and about, and Sora has been trying to look for Riku this whole time. So of course Sora tries to question Mickey about that, and Mickey accidentally lets it slip and has to spill the beans on it. And King Mickey knew where Riku was and what he's doing this entire time, but he was told not to tell Sora, to make Sora not worry about Riku at all. Sora hears about this and he's like, dang. All right, well, when I find Riku next time, I'll tell him that. So, uh, so now Mickey has joined the party, and and now Hainer, Pence, and Olette were around here too, and they try to help Sora because they feel like they were good friends with Sora, even though they really only knew Roxas. But they feel very close, Sora and them, because of Roxas, and they try to hack Ansem's computer. The password is sea salt ice cream, and then they're like, oh yeah, it works. But not only does this portal open up to a digital realm, but it also opens the gateway to the realm of nothingness. And in this realm, there is also another gateway where it's being guarded by a bunch of nobodies. And what do you know? Axel shows up to help Sora out, to get through them, to get to the organization's hideout. And unfortunately, Axel does sacrifice himself in order to clear out all the enemies. And in his final attempts at trying to reach out to Roxas, Axel looks up at Sora's like, hey, you remind me of Roxas. Well, I guess I will or won't see him because, I'm destroyed, but I don't exist anyway. So, peace out. And instead of Sora just telling him, like, hey, did you know I'm Roxas? Axel fades away and Sora just says nothing. So, yeah, now that Sora is finally getting through to the castle, we now reach our final destination. Welcome to the world that never was. And before we enter the castle, a very familiar someone shows up to fight Sora once again, and it is Roxas within Sora, and he's got two Keyblades, baby. So he fights Sora in an attempt to try and reclaim what was lost and try to take control of Sora's body, so then Roxas can go and fight the organization himself. But Sora does win against him, and in Roxas's final words, he says to Sora, "You make a good other," and then he fades away. And Sora is left dumbfounded because he has no idea who Roxas is, or who what kind of being that was. So he's like, what just happened? And I'm just sitting here like, that's what I've been saying this whole game. So next, within the castle, Naminé is actually using a dark corridor to help out Kairi, who is kidnapped here. She has been kidnapped this whole time. They eventually, exchange some quips. They reveal to each other, hey, I'm your nobody. And she's like, wow, can you help me out, please? And then, before they can escape, Sayax stops them. But before he could actually put them away, this hooded man shows up, this hooded guy. And whenever Kairi takes off this Blade Meister's hood off, he's revealed to be Ansem. And it's the same Ansem from the flashback of Roxas's prologue. Because Ansem's Secret of Darkness is a good guy now. Even though he was implied to not be. But there's about to be a lot less implications here on this next slide. So now a fight to the death. Everyone versus the organization. Sora goes through all the rest of the organization members. Luxord, he just uses a bunch of cards. Zigbar uses space, but not the space you're thinking of. and Sayax goes full moon mode. Apparently, the moon makes him rage, and when he's raged, he's way more powerful, and that is what moon is, I guess. Uh, so, and also, Peanut Maleficent are here too. Ooh, and they want like the castle for themselves. Oh, so they're getting swarmed by a bunch of Heartless. Like Heartless are just like swarming the castle. Nobodies are trying their best to guard it, and the main goal is to try and throw some more Heartless at Sora so then they can form their Kingdom Hearts, make it complete. And speaking of complete, Sora actually meets up with Ansem Seeker of Darkness, who gives Kairi a Keyblade. I have no idea where he got it. We still don't know where he got it, but he had it. But he just showed up right next to Kairi, and he was like, "Here, take this." And then she's like, "Okay, I will fight for Sora." And then she uses it to smack one Heartless. Not even like a shadowy Neo Shadow like these guys. Just like a regular ant-looking guy. Just one. But yeah, they put in some work. But the big reveal here is that when Sora finally sees Kairi, he gives her a hug. Like, oh man, Kairi, I've been looking for you everywhere. It's nice to see you. But then, whenever he sees Ansem, he's like, "You make me very mad, but you helped Kairi, so that's okay." And Kairi's like, "Sora, that's not Ansem, that is Riku." And Sora's like, "What?" And then Sora like collapses to the ground, crying over like Riku. He's like, "Riku, I thought I would never see you again. You matter way more than Kairi." like Sora didn't even shed a tear whenever he was trying to look for Kairi, but as soon as he's seen Riku, he's just like, oh, he collapses to the ground and like holds him. I mean, to be fair, like Sora thought Riku was dead, and he thought he would never see him again, but even this is just like over the top, like even for like Kingdom Hearts. And Riku's like I didn't want you to see me like this because I let the darkness into my heart, and I didn't want to fight the darkness like a big man. Even though like if one day you woke up as like Ansem, because Ansem is like tall, he's like 6 foot, he's got like abs and like muscles, and he can float and everything. Like if I woke up as Ansem, I would not be mad. But speaking of Ansem, Ansem and Icky show up. And Ansem actually takes his hood off, and Diz is revealed to be Ansem the Wise, and they brought a machine that will digitize the artificial Kingdom Hearts that the organization was trying to make. And Ansem, or Xemnas, shows up and he's like, "What the fuck are y'all doing with my Kingdom Hearts?" And unfortunately, Diz's machine cannot compute hearts, and it can't effectively stop the artificial Kingdom Hearts alone. So Ansem tries to hold the machine back, and then it explodes. And Ansem the Wise is sent who knows where. Riku was also caught in the crossfire, and he turns back to normal. And the Kingdom Hearts that was affected by the digitizer, the laser, it is now fractured, and Xemnas' Kingdom Hearts is now ruined. So now we meet our final stand. Oh yeah, also this is Riku now. He ditched the black coat. He still has these jeans and this like open like hoodie that reveals his belly button. And also he's got a Keyblade. Before he was just using the Soul Eater, which was just like a sword made of darkness. But now he's got a Keyblade. Don't know where he got it, but I'm assuming that like the heart just like creates a Keyblade, or Kingdom Hearts gives people Keyblades. Kingdom Hearts alone is a mysterious force. It is the heart of all worlds, but that's all we know about it. And speaking of which, Xemnas, being the last organization member alive, finally gives them one last speech. And he gives, our heroes a question. Like, like, what were we supposed to do when the light and the darkness rejected us beings of nothingness? And Sora's like, actually, no, Riku's like, I don't know, but you mess up our world, so we gotta destroy you. And Xemnas like, right, I forgot I did that. I forgot we can't live in peace because I tried to disrupt both worlds, so yeah, let's fight now. And so they do. And Xemnas summons his building casino to fight Sora one-on-one. I don't know where everyone else went, but once Sora defeats Xemnas, Xemnas, in his last-ditch effort to destroy, Sora once and for all, he absorbs whatever remains of his artificial Kingdom Hearts, and with it, he creates his own world and becomes a weird dragon knight thing. And in order to get to said world, Kingdom Hearts, the real Kingdom Hearts, creates a door to darkness that will allow Sora and everyone to go and fight Xemnas one last time. And so they do, and it is absolutely sick. Xemnas chucks buildings at Sora, and he just slices them up, and it is awesome. So now with Xemnas defeated, Naminé and Roxas, show up as phantoms, and they show up. Roxas like walks out of Sora, and he meets up with Naminé, and they're like, you know what? We're gonna stick with Kairi and Sora. As long as they're together, we're together. So Naminé resigns within Kairi, and Roxas resigns within Sora. And everyone else heads on out and leaves through a dark corridor that Naminé creates, because Riku doesn't have that much darkness in his heart anymore, because he relinquished his Ansem form and got a Keyblade. But before we can have that nice moment, Xemnas returns with a black coat, or with a black and white coat, and now he's looking like the ultimate zebra man. And he's also a dragon again, and Sora and Riku actually fight them dual Keyblade style, and this fight is absolutely epic. Like, lasers rain down from like every angle, buildings are being thrown around. Sora like briefly gets Riku's Keyblade and like slashes through him, and then even like the same laser that seals the worlds, he plunges it through Xemnas, and it is absolutely sick. It's awesome. I gotta show you a clip of it another time, because I'm pretty sure it's got copyrighted music. But after this long, hard, and fought battle, Sora and Riku end up in the realm of darkness, where they are just like trapped there, and they have no way out, so they have to just resign there for good. Riku tells Sora about his new outlook on life, on how he thought everyone couldn't accept him the way he was, but whenever Sora came along and accepted Riku's like, you know what? I think everyone will accept me the way I am, and I'm not ashamed about that anymore. And uh, I just hope that we'll be strong enough to fight whatever's in the future. And then the kiss. No, I'm just kidding. Imagine. Uh, let's see. And before a certain door to light shows up, a bottle washes up on the shore of the realm of darkness. No idea how Kyrie's bottle went from one world to another. The realm of darkness, no doubt. Sora finds it. He opens it and he reads that bottle that was teased like at the beginning of this game. And it says here, thinking of you wherever you are, we pray for our sorrows to end and hope that our hearts will blend. Now I will step forward to realize this wish. And who knows, starting a new journey may not be so hard. Or maybe it has already begun. There are many worlds, but they share the same sky. One sky, one destiny. Kyrie. And then the door to light shows up. And Sora and Riku are able to make it through. And they end up on Destiny Island where Kyrie, Donald, Goofy, and King Mickey are waiting for them. They all hug, they all embrace, they all share their happy ending. And before the final scene, Sora, that one charm that Kyrie gave him at the first game, Goofy finally came out as gay. Yeah. I have no idea if it's with Donald, but maybe. That charm from the first game that Kyrie made for Sora. Sora actually gave it back to her finally, and before the credits roll, Roxas and Naminé show up for one last time to embrace in a hug, or just smile at each other, and that is the end of Kingdom Hearts 2. This was a roller coaster of emotions first time around, because Roxas, he literally did nothing wrong throughout the whole story, and he just kept getting hurt over and over again. And Naminé was just the same way, and to see them finally happy brings a tear to my eye. But yeah, any questions so far? Because this is the ending of Kingdom Hearts 2 before we get into some more further games. Alright, no questions? Alright. So, before we move on to the next game, Kingdom Hearts 2 Final Mix. Because this game was extremely awesome in its combat and in its everything else, Square Enix decided all right, we gotta remake this game, but we gotta make it actually hype and actually goated throughout all time. So yeah, they do that, and and they made a bunch of money after that. This is still the definite version of Kingdom Hearts 2 to this day, and it is no contest. To me, the best Kingdom Hearts game in the series. Just from story, from gameplay, from everything. And all the newer content that was added here were definitely more challenging stuff. We got some more minigame, Heartless, the Mushroom 13. We also get to fight some of the organization members that were in Castle Oblivion. And we get to fight them as silhouettes. And they are incredibly hard. They are extra difficult. But not as difficult as the data battles, which are also an addition to this game. Uh, there are 13 of them. They are all the organization members, including Xemnas and his white coat form. And throughout the worlds, we also get some like puzzle pieces that form cool art like this. And we also have the Ultima weapon, looking sick as ever. It changes design every game. And we also have a newly added critical mode. And if you didn't think the first game was hard enough, the second hard critical mode will be absolutely impossible, because every normal enemy, it's like you get hit like 2 or 3 times, you die instantly. It is crazy. But after defeating all the data fights and pretty much getting everything else in the game, there is still one more fight to be had. Oh yeah, right. I forgot these slides. So there's new cutscenes, and they actually help the story out a lot. Some of them that set up for the next game don't make sense in hindsight, but they were a good addition. Like for this example, the organization meetings. They show up once every milestone in the game, and they pretty much talk about like why the organization does certain things. Like if Sora's whole if their whole prerogative was to get Sora to fight Heartless like nonstop, then why even do anything at all? Like, why not just not intervene in the slightest and just let Sora fight Heartless? Well, that's for 2 reasons. One, it's so they can draw at Roxas, and then Roxas can do a much better job at collecting Heartless than Sora. And 2, and this is Xemnas' words, if Sora were to die so easily, then he is of no use to them. So that's why the organization just goes out and actually fights Sora. For those 2 reasons. And there's also some these cutscenes right here. Xemnas goes to the chamber of the chamber of repose, and talks to this armor, calling it a friend. There's a keyblade here. There's armor here that it's blue, and we don't know anyone who's associated with blue, so it's definitely someone that we haven't met yet. And Xigbar are at some point talks to Ienzo, or Ienzo is a normal name. Oh dang, what was his name? Zexion. Yeah, so Xigbar talks to Zexion about a Keyblade war happening, and how Xemnas was Xehanort was found just passed out, and somehow Xemnas is trying to look for a friend that he misses. Of course, Zexion has no idea what the fuck he's talking about, so Xigbar just kind of ends up saying absolutely nothing to Zexion, which makes this whole thing pointless. But on another note, that isn't pointless, Sora and Riku actually bring up the whole saying thanks to Namine, because when the game was first released, Sora never did say thank you to Namine, and a new cutscene was added here. It was like, hey, Sora, you should probably say thank you to Namine. And Sora's like, yeah, I wanted to. I was literally about to say it but then Xemnas showed up and then ruined everything. Like, I had the words in my mouth to like give to nominate, but then Xemnas showed up as a big city dragon, so I couldn't do it. And Riku's like, all right, well, we'll kick Xemnas' ass, and then you can do it. And he's like, thank you. So, and so some more added context to Roxas. And no, surprise, surprise. Roxas was named by Xemnas, who just put an X in everyone's name. And whenever Roxas was rebelling against the organization, it was actually Riku who beat him. Like, we knew he beat him, but we didn't know how, because Roxas absolutely kicked Riku's ass. But then Riku took off his blindfold and gave in to Ansem, the Seeker of Darkness. And he can also use the Come Guardian. And he strangles a little boy. But aside from that, on the brink of death, whenever Roxas was initially defeated by Sora, Roxas actually meets up with Axel in this weird clock tower of another life. And before they fade away, they have one more heartfelt goodbye, and they disappear for good. Out of existence, out of non-existence, they are gone. So speaking of the data fights, once you beat them all, there's this guy, this cape, sword, Keyblade Meister. Initially, I thought the Keyblade was clipping into his thigh right there, but that's just part of his armor, which makes this a lot funnier. This guy, he is absolutely difficult crazy in this fight, in this game. The only dialogue he has was whispering Xehanort's name, like seeking revenge. But once he gets defeated, he slums down once again and whispers the name Aqua and Ven. And he rests there for who knows how long, waiting for Xehanort to arrive. But he happily, fights Sora thinking he's Xehanort, but he's not. And he gets sad and just sits there. This man is called the Lingering Will. And whose will that he lingers with, we have no idea yet. And that will be the end of this game. So, Arkady, I want to ask you a question. You know how you know how the organization members are dead? All of them are gone. Well, what if I told you we're not done with the organization yet? Welcome to Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. For the Nintendo DS. A prequel to Kingdom Hearts 2 and still a sequel, or a kind of sequel-ish to Kingdom Hearts 1. This game takes place right in the middle of Chain of Memories. Chain of Memories and this game are happening at the exact same time. And you're probably thinking, who is this girl? Who is this girl who looks like Kairi and Naminé and who has a black coat? I introduce you to the 14th member of Organization 13, Shion. And yeah, right now everyone is just sort of looking down on her like, I would like to introduce you to our newest member. And, and of course, you know, you got your nonchalance, you got your uh, sleaze bags right here. And of course, you got Zemnis up here, just acting chill. And and throughout this game, Roxas is tasked to collect hearts for Kingdom Hearts, destroy the Heartless, get Kingdom Hearts. Shion tags along, uh, just to watch. She doesn't have a Keyblade. She doesn't like have any special powers like everyone else does. Like everyone in the organization has a weapon that isn't a Keyblade because they're nobodies, but Shion just has nothing. She just runs around, just absolutely nothing. And Rox's mentor is Axel, who takes up the role and goes out and makes sure that Sora does his job. And throughout these days, Roxas and Axel get some sea salt ice cream, and they always have it almost every day, whenever they get a chance or whenever they're on their break. And, and Roxas discovers Hainer Pensowilette, but he doesn't really talk to them or like interact with them because, of course, that's, you know, like forbidden. And Rox is like, oh man, I really want to, you know, like, I wish I was, you know, their friends. But Axel's like, hey, come on, I'm your friend. And Rox is like, oh, what's a friend? And Shion shows up and like, I'm a friend. And she's got a Keyblade, but it's not her Keyblade. She's just borrowing Rox's Keyblade for the time being. And before Axel can catch wind of this, Axel tells Roxas, "Hey, I gotta go to Castle Oblivion and take out some traitors, Marluxia and Luxie." And Roxas is like, "Oh, well, you have fun with that." And Axel's like, "All right, BRB, don't do anything stupid." Roxas does something stupid. He goes out and fights some more Heartless. Zigbar shows up and is like, hey, Roxas, Axel and everyone else at Castle Oblivion is dead. So, yeah, I just want to let you know that. Condolences. Anyways, let's go. And then Roxas collapses because he's like, oh, my friend's dead. And then he is in a comatose state for roughly 1 week, I believe. He's like, oh, I'm dying. Oh, wait, never mind. And, you know, throughout this week, Shion was still able to smite Heartless using Roxas's Keyblade and was able to get some she said seashells down by the seashore. So yeah, Roxas got a bunch of seashells and is like, oh, that's sweet. And Shion's like, hey, hold this seashell up to your head and tell me what sounds, you know, come out. And Roxas holds it up to his ear, and it's like, I can hear. And Roxas is like, oh, cool. So anyways, now Axel notices Shion finally, and he's like, wait, y'all are sharing a Keyblade? And Roxas is like, yeah, but and nothing else will go wrong. And Shion's like, oh wait, I can't use your Keyblade. Like, I won't be able to summon it for some reason. And Axel's like, oh, well, Roxas, you're going to have to do double shift for Shion then. And Shion's like, oh wait, never mind, I can summon my own Keyblade. That's fine. And Axel's like, oh, okay. Oh yeah, I came back from death. I didn't die at Castle Oblivion. and Rox is like, oh yeah, I forgot to ask about that. How did you not die from Castle Oblivion? And Axel's like, I'm goaded. Anyways, let's go get some ice cream. And so they do. Uh, uh, on day 94, because Rox is counting his days throughout the organization. Xemnas hosts a meeting with whatever remaining organization members are left, and he's like, hey, remember what we're here for. Remember what we are here to do. Even though, like, it's only up to Roxas and Xion to go and collect hearts, because they're literally the only ones who can do it, and everyone else is just like, we are going to sit here and act serious and act like we're doing something, even though we literally cannot. Because, funny thing about in-game, like, mechanics, like, whenever, like, an organization member fights a Heartless, and, like, usually a little heart flies out of a Heartless whenever they're destroyed. The heart that it like comes out is grayed out whenever a nobody fights a Heartless. And that is to show that the heart isn't collected or freed, and that heart goes to another Heartless, which will show up in front of Roxas and get defeated and actually go to Kingdom Hearts. So now reminded of their goal, Sayax realized, hey, we don't have enough time. Axel, please go to Castle Oblivion again to check out some stuff, because I want to know what Xemnas is hiding, because Xemnas is hiding something from us that we're not fully aware of. And meanwhile, while this is happening, Xion runs into Riku, who shows up, beats her ass, and is like, your Keyblade is trash, your Jordans are fake, and you should go back into Sora, or you should, you should go back into Sora now! And, Xion is, Xion's really bent up about that, because she lost, and she was told her Keyblade is fake, and yeah, she was told, like, you should bring yourself to non-existence now! And of course, Roxas, tries to help her out, tries to make her, like, feel better, like, hey, are you doing all right? And of course, Xion is distant, and doesn't want anything to do with all of this, because it has her, like, really questioning her existence. Because as of now, Roxas and Xion, both of them cannot remember anything of what their life was. The other organization members do, but not them. So Xion finds that very weird, so she decides to go to Castle Oblivion, because she was told that's where Axel is. And when she steps foot in Castle Oblivion, she collapses, because she realizes, oh gosh, I remember now. This is the place where I was born. And Axel's like, okay, you need to go back to the castle, or else I'm gonna have to kick you in the face. And Xion's like, okay, well, bye. And then she goes to Destiny Island, because that's where her memories drove her to. And then Riku talks to her once again and is like, hey, you have two options. You can either go back to Sora, or I can just, like, destroy you right here and now. And Xion's like, okay, I will make a choice. I will go back to Sora. And now, Naminé and Riku have a conversation about everything that's going on. And what Xion is very, very strange. Let's see. So, to explain this lightly, Xion is a replica of Sora made by Xemnas, using the memories that Naminé stole from Sora during Castle Oblivion. Xion is a being made of memory. She is, labeled as a number I, an imaginary number, and it's revealed in the Organization 13 diaries that Xion was named Xion because as a number I, NOI, and then put an X in it, Xion. Xion. Number I. There. Just like that. It is incredibly weird. But basically the down low on this is or the implications of this is Xion needs to be destroyed in order for her Roxas to get Sora's memories, and then Roxas will go back to Sora, and then Sora will defeat the organization. I gotta next. I will say I am getting a bit winded from reading all this, but once we're done with this game, you'll be caught up with when me and Inari and Joey were doing the other day. So we have 5 more slides left, and then we'll call it a day. So now their final meeting all together like this, when it comes to the organization, is it goes like this. Hey, I'm Zemnis. Axel, you done fucked up. You need to go and find Xion and bring her over here. And Axel's like, okay, fine, if that's what you want. And Roxas, of course, gets, peeved about that because, once Xion goes, to the organization, they will absolutely 100% destroy her. And Axel, tells him, hey, Xion isn't even really a person. She's like a being made of memories, all right? So you shouldn't get too bent up over this. And Rox is like, yeah, well, she was my friend, so I'm going to go and betray the organization because you guys won't even give us a chance. And Axel's like, come on, man. Like, don't do this to me. And Rox is like, all right, well, you can join me or not, but I'm not coming back. And Axel finds Xion, and Xion takes off her hood in front of Axel. And normally we would see like the normal Kyrie looking girl, looking face like this. But whenever Axel sees what's underneath Xion's hood, he is very shocked and is like, okay, well, this is way too freaky. And sometime after this, Xion finds Naminé and they have a little chat, and Diz shows up and is like, the organization is coming, and Johnny Test like whips his head to the right, look like staring daggers at Naminé. It's like, Naminé, get your ass over here and let's go. And I was like, okay, fine. So now Xion is left alone again. And in one last attempt to bring her back, Axel fights off Xion, but he loses in Axel fashion, but still survives. And whenever Roxas finally meets up with Xion after all this time, Xion looks like Sora. And of course, Roxas is making the face I made whenever this happened, like, what the hell is going on? And it turns out Xion is merging with Sora's memories and becoming more like Sora, or in this process. And the only way for Sora to get his memories back is if is if either Roxas or Shion is destroyed in one final battle, because Xemnas is able to get to Shion and reprogram her to fight Roxas. So now they have one final battle. Uh, Shion goes into her Omega Nobody form, and quickly gets defeated by Roxas, who only got one Keyblade. And and right before Shion passes away, uh, Roxas holds her in his hands one last time, and slowly forgets about her, like right in the moment, because since Shion is a being of memories, whenever she is destroyed, like everyone's memories of her will be gone. It will be as if she never existed in the first place. And with Shion's final words, uh, she tells Roxas, "Please defeat Xemnas for me," and then Shion is no more. And 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 Roxas has some memories of Shion, but after he gets defeated by Riku, all those memories gone, gone from everyone's minds. And then the battle between Riku and Roxas happens, and then well, the rest of Kingdom Hearts 2 happens, and now we we go to Kingdom Hearts 2 in the beginning, and that is the end of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Oh yeah, but before you go, Arkady, I, so I want to explain what the title means. So, 358 over 2 days. What is this title? Is it like a math question? Is it an equation or something? Uh, uh, During a an interview with Tetsuya Nomura, the writer and director of Kingdom Hearts, he explained that 358 over 2 days is actual means 358 days shared by two people. That is why the game is named 358 over 2 days. Uh, you would not have like guessed that if you had just played the game like normally. Like that's something you would need to like experience the game and then get told that to really like appreciate it. But yeah, before we close out for this session, uh, I want to leave you with one more slide of what is to come next. This is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Already, many, many questions. Yep, this was on the PSP. Uh, uh, it was also on PlayStation, I guess I guess it was on other consoles like later down the line, but it was really originally released on the PSP, and already who? Why is Roxas here? King Mickey, what are you doing? Who are these two? Uh, we have no idea, but we we'll close out for tonight, and I will show you some cutscenes later on whenever we get Joey and Inari on here the next time, because this is where we left off. Uh, all right, well, Arkady, I hope you have a good night, and I'm going to go and make me some dinner. I'm making some Dorito taco bowls. It's where I make some taco meat, and then I put it in a bowl and crush a bunch of Doritos into that bowl, and then add a bunch of like taco condiments like tomatoes and lettuce and cheese, and I stir it all up. Mm, it's the best dinner you ever have.